This might have been the, you know what? Hydra might have been the best decision here, folks. This is amazing, guys. I'm doing good. And I can't get hurt. What's happening, Lazy Butch fans and Kirby fans? Today we're playing Kirby Air Ride one last time before Kirby Air Riders comes out. Yes, well, actually, technically the game came out today. So, we're just gonna, no, you guys aren't gonna be Wagon Star. There we go. So, yeah, we're gonna just play Kirby Air Ride. We're gonna play Air Ride, Top Ride, Sea Trial, and just have some fun today. You know, getting prepared to get psyched for Kirby Air Riders when that, well, it's out. But before people actually start playing the game. So, yeah, this series of videos has been a lot of fun. My original goal was to get every checklist item before Kirby Air Riders came out, and which was quite a feat because I've owned this game all my life. I believe it came out, what, 2000, hold on. Just confirmed, came out in 2003, and I have yet to actually beat the game all on one file. I have gotten all of Air Ride checklists completed once before. I have gotten Top Ride and Seed Trial completed on another checklist, and then City Trial by itself on another checklist again. But I've never gotten all three of them completed in one go. So I was telling myself I could do that before Kirby Air Riders come out, right? Wrong. So here I am, now just casually playing, having fun, and just chilling. So the last video of this previous video of this series, I talked about the Kirby anime a little bit. One of my favorite shows as a kid. It came out, I want to say, between 2002 and like 2006 in America, something like that. The English dub, I will say the music, pretty good. That's probably one of the positives about the show, even though most of the music is in Kirby Air Ride for the Japanese dub. So there's some connection to that, and there's some songs that are from the Kirby games in the anime. So the music in the English dub was created just for the English dub, and some of it doesn't slap as well as the Japanese version, but some of the songs are still good. Regardless, the English dub truly defined who I was as a kid. I loved it. It was very formulaic, you know, classic early, 2000s Japanese anime, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of, it's very, every episode's kind of like you kind of see what's happening. There's this thing where, okay, we got to get the character to do this thing that applies to this thing, and then they got to defeat the big bad, and then the next episode, the whole cycle starts again. But regardless, I love the anime. And there was, I was talking about how I love the show. I think, in fact, probably my favorite episodes are the ones where all the people in the town become obsessed with these little minifigures that are in chocolates. Essentially, yep, explosion and this thing. Thank you. This is an episode where the people are collecting like action figures of characters. Like there's a Meta Knight, like people are collecting in the game in the town, and they come in these little chocolates and things like that. Anyway, it's a two-part episode. It's probably one of my favorites. But I've only, throughout my entire life, for most of my life, I only seen 99 of 100 episodes. And this is an episode about Escargoon, the snail in the show. And I think he gets like a robot butler or something like that. I don't quite remember. But when they aired it originally, and I talked about this a little bit in the last previous Kirby Air Ride video because my computer was dying. I was at 2% and it almost killed itself. So I'm like, I gotta stop. Anyway, now we're gonna play City Trial. You saw we went through Air Ride and Top Ride now. But anyway, the Kirby anime, that episode of Escargoon, when it aired, for whatever reason, Fox, which was the channel where 4Kids was on, at 11:30 a.m. decided to start broadcasting a national college football game. And that was the only time that episode ever aired in my region. I don't know if it aired anywhere else. I don't know if this was just a mistake made by our personal Fox station because I grew up in Maryland, so that could have been just something like, maybe the Maryland State College was playing or something like that. Maybe there's something, but it was a nationally broadcasted game that eventually, I think at 12 o'clock, did get on all the TVs, on all the Fox stations nationwide. But at 11:30, our region showed it. So I never got to see this episode of Escargoon or this episode of Kirby until very recently when I found a website that had all the dubbed episodes for download, and I downloaded them. I can't quite remember the episode now. If you or anyone you know knows of some websites where you can download Kirby, the Kirby anime for free with no viruses, by the way, please put them in the comments below. That'd be great, because I'm sure there are some Kirby fans that would love to see some of these old Kirby episodes. And I do have them all, so maybe one of these days I'll do like a Let's Watch Kirby anime episode, whatever. Anyway, there's 100 episodes, so I don't know if I'm going to do all 100. But this episode of Escargoon, again, never aired in my region. But when I found the full show, all 100 episodes, I decided, let's watch it. And then I get towards the end, to episode 85, and I'm like, oh, the episode I've never seen is on here. Now, I have seen the Japanese dub. I have seen that one a couple of times. But it's not the same when, it's not the same. The voice cast for the American dub is a little bit more obnoxious, I would say. Like, DDD has like a southern accent, and Escargoon just is a little more whiny voice. Whereas in the Japanese version, I think they just all have different Japanese dialects. So it's not as humorous as hearing like DDD with like a full-on southern like, hey, what are you talking about, boy? Like a foghorn leghorn voice. Anyway, regardless, the Kirby anime. It wasn't until recently when I downloaded the full show, when I found the episode of Escargoon, I finally watched the full show. So long story short, it wasn't until recently until I finally finished watching the full dubbed anime. And it was truly amazing. I mean, it wasn't a great episode, but it was truly amazing to say I finally completed it. So, and in the midst, of course, while I was watching the full show, so it was like I was watching it from beginning to end, and it wasn't just like I picked up this random episode 5 years later. Like, I watched the full show, got back into who I was back in the day, and then just enjoyed it. So, yeah, I don't know if that episode, again, ever aired in my region of the country, technically. It might have, someone had this download, someone found this. Either they stole it from 4Kids themselves, or it did air somewhere and they, someone recorded it or something and then found the download of it. But regardless, I'm glad. Oh. And I did talk about this the other episode. Let's get Dragoon. You know what? I've done every episode. So far, every episode of this series, I have yet to get any Hydra or Dragoon. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get them. If this is Hydra, though, come on. Don't tell me this is Meteors. Okay, Dragoon. Let's do this. Let's get Dragoon, guys. Let's get a legendary vehicle. There we go. Finally, Dragoon. All right, now I guarantee this thing's... I guarantee the event, the stadium we're going to do is going to be... What's one that's not helpful? Kirby Melee. It's going to be Kirby Melee. I guarantee it. This vehicle is probably the worst vehicle. Hydra is actually the worst vehicle for Kirby Melee. Destruction Derby, maybe, but if I'm doing Destruction Derby 1 or 2, the maps are so small that I may not be able to like really comprehend what I'm doing. That's the thing. Kirby Air Riders is so fast paced. Like, I feel like this is the speed for all the vehicles in that game. Which I'm going to be interested. I'm interested to see that. I'm interested to see like how much the pacing has changed for Kirby games. And because I'm sure a lot of people are watching this and wondering, compared to Kirby Air Riders, wow, look at the pacing. Like, I'm just moving like a snail's pace compared to the new game where I could just fly around and destroy everyone in one go. This is an older game. It's for Kirby. It's for Nintendo. Oh God, Nintendo GameCube. Lord, that took me a while to say that. Let's see. I destroyed all the house. Oh, always missed one. So yeah, this is for Nintendo GameCube. Very underrated console. Console itself wasn't too great, but a lot of great games. You got this, Luigi's Mansion, my personal favorite, Mario Party 4. So there's a lot of great games on this, and I'm glad that they're bringing some of those games to Nintendo Switch too. So here we go, high jump. Okay, this one is worth it for Dragoon. Let's see if I actually get some checklist items out of this one. But this is my first time in this video series getting the Hydra or Dragoon, so I'm happy that it's being put to good use. Am I gonna make it? Yeah, I'll make it a. Yeah, can I make it? Can I make it a 6,000? Lord, can I make it a 7? Oh boy. Can I make it to 8? I don't know if I've ever made it this high before. Like ever. Can I make it a 9? That would have been so cool if I could make it to 9,000. Let's see if we could try. Let's see if we could try. I don't know if that helped in any way, shape, or form, but let's just see. I did miss the speed boost. Man, look at these computer players in triple digits. The highest is 562. Come on. Come on. I got this in the bag. I wonder, man, if I could make 10,000 feet, that'd be something. But I don't think it's possible. I made it one more foot. That's something, at least. Something to be proud of. Yeah, I don't know if I ever made it that high. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see. Bust the star pole. That was it? Come on. Well, I did get a purple box out of it. Let's see. We got what can we do? There it is. Of course, it was literally the last box that I had to hover over. Yeah, less than a minute. Impossible. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. 56 boxes. 56. That's not bad. In my time span doing this, not bad. Okay. Let's play some more City Trial. City Trial is always fun. City Trial is always fun. Let's do another match. But yeah. I love the Kirby anime. Love Kirby Air Ride. In last video, I talked about my favorite Kirby game. Aside, Kirby Air Ride is my favorite. But Kirby Amazing Mirror is probably my second favorite of all time. I just love that game. There's so much to do, and there's so much replay value. And it's not overly hard. It can be hard at certain points, especially when you don't really know what you're doing. And I mean that in the sense of, like, if you've never played a Kirby game, and like if you've never played Nightmare in Dreamland or any of the other side scrollers, and Amazing Mirror is your first one, you may have a second or two to think about, like, okay, where am I going? What's the objective here? But Amazing Mirror is just a lot of fun. Nightmare, the thing is, like, I love Nightmare in Dreamland and I love Squeak Squad, but those games are just, I finished those so easily. Those, in theory, if I really had nothing to do, I could finish each of those games in a day. Like, not even. Just, like, pick it up, 0% to 100, done. Whereas Amazing Mirror might take some time, because there's some rooms and areas where you really gotta think about what you're doing. I guess I get Hydra. Let's do it. Let's get Hydra today. Yeah, the Amazing Mirror is a lot of fun. One game that a lot of people I haven't heard talk about is Canvas Curse. Now, it's not a popular one. I get it. And the style is very weird. The music is interesting. I'll give it that. They tried something new and it didn't quite work. But Canvas Curse was a fun one for the time. For it being on the DS, it was something different, something new. The stylus was all the rage and everything for games back then. It's just sad because, like, when you think about Nintendo Wii games and, you know, DS games, some games, it's really a time of the console because some of those things you can't really translate anymore. Oh, huge meteor. Well, I'm in the right place for this. I have yet to get this one. I actually love the meteor one. This one's, is it right above me? I see a bright light. I see my character's lighting's different. No, this one's a fun one because there's always, like, oh God, here, yep, I see it. I see it. It's right above my head. There we go. There's a lot of checklist items where it involves destroying things. So if you or someone you know hasn't destroyed all the coral reef on the beach or destroyed all the houses here, like, the meteors are the perfect chance because they destroy everything. And ironically, they didn't destroy the Wispy Woods somehow. But as you can see, they destroyed most of the rocks. They destroyed all the houses. So it does its job. All right, let's see. Let's see. We got 2 minutes left. Let's see if we can find Hydra. I do have 4 top speeds already. But I think throughout this series, I've talked about everything that I know about Kirby Air Ride. I know all the tips and everything, and I'm just excited for Air Riders, people. Air Riders is gonna be fun. You know, it's sad that they don't have the original City Trial, but, like, judging how they're gonna play it online and, like, they're gonna have a lot more players, like, it's not just 4. It's, I think, was it 12 or 16? Like, you need a bigger map. Like, this is, you probably could get away with 8 on here because there are a lot of areas that are just kind of, like, open and you can invite more conflict. But, yeah, I'm excited for new City Trial. Another event already? Oh! I got a minute 20. I gotta find But the UFO. All right, let's go do the UFO. If I can't find Hydra, I can't find Hydra. The UFO is much more fun. I don't know if I've actually gone out to the UFO at all in any of these videos. So for the UFO, you gotta go up to the garden up here in the sky. And then you fly. And the UFO always has some fun stuff. There's usually an all. Yep. There was one time I've been up here where there was like 3 or 4 alls. There's a second one. Look at that. There's 2. Ugh, almost fell off. All right, I think I got them all. I think I got everything. All right, I got 30 seconds. Can I find Hydra? There's not a box underneath Wispy Woods. There's not a box over here. There's not a box over here. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Aha! I got... Aha! There we go. Woo! Got the UFO and got Hydra. Not a bad game right there. If only my charge was a little bit higher. I guarantee it's going to be a dumb stadium. It's not going to help me at all. I got lucky last time with Dragoon. I'm not going to get lucky with this. 12 boosts. Nice. I have the health for this. This is not going to go well. If I could get to those 2 items right there. I stood in that bomb and lived. I went through that. Oh my god. I'm like invincible. This might have been the... You know what? Hydra might have been the best decision here, folks. This is amazing, guys. I'm doing good. And I can't get hurt. Man, I got 12... I can't move. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I see that my health bar is lowering. There we go. 14. Can I get 15? Ugh. I didn't get 15. I got 14, though. That's not bad. That's not bad. Jeez. Well, I guess Hydra was a good choice for this one. Man, that was something. 1 point. What? In case you can't see. Oh, Lord. I cannot figure this out. 0, 0, 1. I got 14. The other computer players got 0, 0, and 1. And now I unlocked Destruction Derby. My whole goal last video was to play stadiums and unlock Destruction Derby 3, and I finally did it. And I had to do it with Hydra. Look at that. Look at that. Well, all I could say is thank you all for watching this series of me playing Kirby, me talking about Kirby, me talking about my favorite games, the anime, and things like that. I'm going to keep playing more Kirby in the coming days and weeks. Kirby Air Riders is out now, and I'm going to play some of that. Hopefully I can do some streaming of that too. And yeah, I'm going to play some Kirby and keep the good times rolling. So I might continue this series because it is just so much fun to play. I love Kirby Air Ride. I just love this game so much. It's defined who I am, and it was such a big part of my childhood. So I'm going to continue playing this. You know, maybe not as frequently as I have been, but hopefully I could get the game completed at some point. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time.